My name is Choden, and I'm a teacher with the Mindfulness Association, and I'm also a Buddhist monk based at Samiling. And together with Heather Regan-Addis, we've been developing a master's in teaching mindfulness and compassion in partnership with the University of West of Scotland. So I want to talk a little bit about this to give you a flavor and an understanding of what we are offering. So I think I'll just go through the basic structure of the program so you get an overview, and then you can no doubt read about it in more detail. But the idea is that it's a Master of Science in Mindfulness and Compassion, and it's part-time over 3 years. And the entry requirements are that you would have an undergraduate degree or equivalent professional experience, and the university will judge that. So if you've been working in, in a health context for 20 years, that'll certainly count towards professional context. So there's that requirement, plus also the requirement of having done an 8-week course with an organization recognized by the UK Network of Mindfulness Teachers. Okay, so those are the two entry requirements: undergraduate degree, professional experience, as well as having done an 8-week course. And the key kind of aim of the program is to impart the skills to you so you can teach both an 8-week mindfulness program and an 8-week compassion program. And specifically to teach the Mindfulness Association MBLC, Mindfulness-Based Living course, and the Mindfulness Association Compassion-Based Living course. So this degree will teach you about mindfulness and teach you to teach mindfulness, and it'll teach you about compassion and teach you how to teach it, if I had to really get to the essence of it. And it'll also be done within a psychological context in terms of the psychology of stress and well-being. So the University of West of Scotland will focus more on that area, plus also imparting necessary academic and research skills. So that gives you the kind of overall idea of the course. So it's a partnership between the Mindfulness Association, University of West of Scotland, that's based in Paisley, but they have a campus at London, and the course will take place in London. The one big benefit of this is that Scottish universities tend to charge less than English universities. So even though it's based in London, our informed idea is that it'll be significantly cheaper than what English universities are charging. It's due to begin in January next year, 2021, and it'll be both face-to-face at the London campus and online. So that's the kind of basic mode of delivery. The structure of the course is, as I said before, over 3 years. Years 1 and 2 will be 4 weekends face-to-face and a 5-day retreat face-to-face with an online option, particularly in this climate of coronavirus. We have made the decision to offer both face-to-face because that's very valuable, plus an online option for the weekends and the retreats. So just to repeat, for the first 2 years, 4 weekends and a 5-day retreat for each of those years. And the course will require a regular daily practice, because in order to teach mindfulness and compassion, you need to practice it on a regular basis, both formal and informal practice. That's one requirement. There will also be tutor groups for each year with an assigned tutor, and as well as one-to-one sessions between yourself, if you're doing the course, and your tutor. So the idea is there are different levels of engagement. There's the big group, there's a smaller tutor group, and there's the one-to-one instruction and advice, you could say. There will also be online seminars through the university online facility, and this will be more focused around the academic skills and the research skills. So I think that gives you a kind of flavor of how the degree will be taught. Maybe just to go into a bit of detail, but I don't want to overwhelm you with detail because you can read about this. So the first year, there will be 2 modules, and what we will teach in the first year is the basic mindfulness curriculum and the compassion curriculum of the Mindfulness Association approach to mindfulness and compassion, okay? So this is teaching you the actual mindfulness and compassion itself, which is obviously important before you teach it. And also during this year, there will be teaching in generic teaching skills. So this will take place over 4 weekends and a 5-day retreat. Okay, year 1, module 2. So if you had to stop at the end of year 1, you would get a postgraduate certificate in mindfulness and compassion, and this will also enable you to teach short mindfulness and compassion sessions to clients or in your work context. Okay. When we come to year 2, the postgrad diploma, this will also be over 4 weekends and a 5-day retreat, and it'll be module 3 and 4. What we're doing in year 2 is teaching you to teach the mindfulness-based living course and teaching you to teach the compassion-based living course. So the idea is that by the end of year 2, you will have a diploma, and you will then be authorized, experienced, qualified to teach 8-week mindfulness courses and 8-week compassion courses to groups. Okay, so that's the kind of idea with year 2. So moving on to year 3, this is module 5, so just 1 module in the last year. This will take place over 2 weekends and 1 5-day retreat. And in this module, year 3, we will offer an advanced teaching skills module and a full competency assessment. So this will be a more advanced level of training in how to teach mindfulness and compassion that will enable you to register with what used to be called the UK Network of Mindfulness Teachers and is now called the British Association, BAMBA, the British Association of Mindfulness-Based Approaches. I got it right, okay? So by the end of year 3, you are fully equipped to teach and registered and eligible to be listed on the BAMBA listing of mindfulness teachers. As well as that, in year 3, you will also be completing an independent piece of research linking mindfulness and/or compassion to a psychological theme. And you will also be linking this to the broader context of teaching, because since the whole degree is about teaching to teach. So this will be where the university will have a key input. So that gives you a kind of basic outline of how the 3 years will look. I feel already I've said a lot, and I hope it's been clear enough. But one thing to mention is people often ask, what is the difference between the Aberdeen Masters and the new Masters with UWS? I've been involved in the Aberdeen one for 10 years, so to Heather, and both of us are involved in the new one. And my sense is that they are distinct and different. The Aberdeen Masters is set within a social science context, okay, whereas the UWS one is set within a psychology context. The Aberdeen one is teaching students mindfulness, compassion, and insight. The UWS one is just teaching mindfulness and compassion. One of the main focuses of the Aberdeen Masters is how to explore how mindfulness, compassion, and insight might impact, be relevant to, add value to the professional context you work in. Okay, that's one of the key themes of the Aberdeen Masters, which has worked very well up to now. A kind of sub-theme of the Aberdeen Masters has been some generic teaching skills, okay? But the Aberdeen one is not really about teaching to teach, although there are some teaching skill elements, whereas the UWS one is really about teaching to teach, okay? Teaching you to teach mindfulness, teaching you to teach compassion. So I think that's that main difference. If people also ask the question, if you've done 1 year of the Aberdeen Masters, can you transfer that to the UWS Masters? I don't think this will be possible because of the fact that the Aberdeen one is situated in a social science context and the other one in a psychology context. So there are different paradigms holding each. So I don't think it will be possible to transfer, get credit for what you've done at Aberdeen if you wanted to shift to the UWS one. So I think they have a different remit and focus, as I've tried to explain. And I don't think they compete with each other. I think they're quite complementary and have a different focus. So I think that's enough to say. If you're interested in this course at UWS, I look forward to seeing you next year. And myself and Heather will be involved in teaching it. And if you have, what I suggest you do is that you email the Mindfulness Association if you're interested, and they'll put you on a list. And as more information is forthcoming, they will send you the information. But right now, we're waiting until mid-December for the final validation of this degree, this partnership between the Mindfulness Association and UWS. So it hasn't as yet been validated, but we're very confident it will be, okay? So thank you for listening to me, and have a good day, and hopefully see you next year, either in London at their campus or online.